everyone, welcome back to my channel SkillUp Tutorials one lesson at a time. In today's video, I am going to explain about data types in JavaScript. Firstly, what is meant by data types? Data types define the kind of value a variable can hold it. And there are two types of data types. The first one is primitive data type and the second one is non-primitive data type. In today's video, I am going to explain about primitive data types, and in my next video, I will explain about non-primitive data types. Then, what is meant by primitive data type? Primitive data types are the most basic types of data in JavaScript, and these values are immutable and stored by value. Then, what is meant by term immutable? Immutable means it cannot be changed and it cannot be altered directly. I will explain these 2 points with an example. See, I have declared a variable x equal to 10. What actually happens behind this is, firstly, here x equal to 10 means once a variable is created and it will be assigned to an address. For example, let us say it is assigned to the address 100, and then this 10 value will be placed in that address. So in this 100 address, the 10 value is placed and it is linked to the x variable. This is how the value is stored in the variable. And let us take let y equal to x. Here I am assigning the value of x to the y. Now let's see what actually happens behind this. Then here x is there. What is the address of the x? The compiler will think like this. What is the address of the x? X address is 100. And then what value is stored in x? That is 10 value is stored in x. That means in place of x, 10 will be placed and the 10 value is assigned to the y. Like this, the value will be assigned to the y. Then, for example, if I try to change the value, x equal to 10, that is, I am reassigning the value. Then what actually happens is, it will directly goes to the address of x, that is 100, and it will update the value, that is 20. Then x is linked with the value 20, not with the 10. Now the value is changed. That means when we reassign, the value will be changed, not the address. Then tell me, I will give one thing, like if I try to print the value y, then what is the output? Try to guess the output. When I try to print the value of y, the compiler first will check the address of the y. Let us take the address of the y is 200 and the value stored in 200 is 10. So like this, the compiler will decide and print the value. I hope you understand about these two values, these two terms. And now let's go to the types. The first one is string. A string is a sequence of characters enclosed in a single quotes or double quotes. Like let A equal to ABC in single quotes or in double quotes, it will take as a string only. This is about string. And the next one is number. The number data type represents both integer and floating numbers. This is integer and this is floating value. These are the two examples. And at the end of the video, I will also show the execution. Okay. This is third one is BigInt. BigInt is used to represent the very large integers that exceed the size of the limit of number type. This is the number type. This will be having limit like up to 2 power 53. This is like 2 power 53. Greater than 2 power 53 values will comes under big number. And the next one is fourth one is Boolean. A Boolean can hold only two values, that is either true or false. Mostly in conditional statements, we will use this Boolean. It is typically used for conditional checks. Okay. Yeah, let is active. If it is active, true. If it is not active, false. It is completed, false. That means it is not completed. Here, see, we are using variables according to the concept. That means, for example, if a person completed homework or not, then you can use any variable like a or b or c or x, anything. But we are using is completed so that the person who are reading our program and who are learning, then they can understand it easily. So is completed means it is checking like whether the person is completed or not. So try to maintain this. And the next one is undefined. A variable that is declared but not assigned to any value, then it is automatically we called as undefined. Here we declared the variable name and we are not assigned with any value. We don't assign. So that means we call it as undefined. If I try to print, it will show undefined. I will also show this in execution. And the next one is null. Here we automatically set it as undefined. That means when I am reading this text, I don't know. At the end of the program, it may be defined. I don't know whether it is defined or undefined. Here, see, here I am mentioning that it is not defined. Manually, if you want to mention, you can mention like this. A null type represents an intentional absence of any object value. It is often used to explicitly indicate that a variable should have no value. We are manually, intentionally doing this. And then last one is symbol. A symbol is a unique and immutable. Unique means uh, no duplicate is allowed. Immutable means we cannot change this. Used to create unique identifiers for object properties. We need to create this like this. Okay, now let's get into the execution. I will start with number. Let us take an example. Let n1 equal to like 2 and give, and let n2 equal to 34.56 and let n3 equal to infinity. Let n4 equal to 4 equal to, I will explain this, wait a second. Okay, here you can see four types. In four ways we can declare the numbers. The first one is n1 equal to 2. That means this is a integer. Here you can see n2 equal to 34.56. This is a float. And here you can see we can also declare like this n3 equal to infinity. If I try to print this, the infinity will be displayed. And this is for NaN. If you want to get NaN, you can do like this. This is because this is a string and this is an integer. String by integer division is not possible, so we will get the output like this. I will show the output also. Wait, let me type here. This is integer and this is float and this is you can call it as infinity. I will show the execution. Console.log of n1, comma n2, comma n3, comma n4. That's it. Please don't forget to save it. You can see 2 34.56 infinity NaN. You can, if you want to find the type of the variable, you can find by using this console.log of type of. You can use this keyword to find like type of N1. Save it and execute it. See, type of N1 is number. If you try to do it for N2, mm, this is number. If you try to do it for N3 or N4, you will get the same results. Okay, now I will explain about strings. Let us take let s1 equal to SkillUp, and let's take let s2 equal to tutorials. Here you can observe a difference. Here I used single quotes. Here I used double quotes. It will be worked for both, and I will also one more method. I let s3 equal to. How can we combine these two? To combine these two, we need to use one more thing. Like I will show it. Like this is the backticks. This is not single quotes or double quotes. This is called backticks. This will be present before the one number in the keyboard. You can type like this. This is used for combining two or more strings. And let me show how can I combine. You need to use dollar symbol to specify that I am using a variable here, and I'm giving space, and I'm using one more variable like s2, and I will show the execution how it works. Console dot log of s3. Let me save this and run. Mhm. Uh, you can see SkillUp tutorials. I hope you understand how it works, and this is about string. And now let's move to Boolean. There are two types in Booleans. The first one is true and the second one is false. Let us take let I'm just taking is minor. You need to say true or false true. And if you want, you can also display this log of is minor. You can select like this and save it and run it. See true. And if you want, you can also check the type for every primitive data type. The same thing is user type of is minor. You can check like this, save it and run it. See, you can see the Boolean. Okay, this is how we can declare Boolean. And the next one is null. Let age equal to null. That means we are not defined it. And let me show the execution, how it works, and save it and run it. You can see the output here. See null. Okay, we declare it as null and we got the output as null. And the next one is undefined. Here we don't give anything, like we just declare, like as I shown before, just name console.log of, just give the variable name. Controllers, and see if it is undefined. This strike off came because we are using Visual Studio, no? It is telling that this is undefined. Okay, it was not an error. Don't get worried. And the last one is symbol. Let me show how to write the code for this. Let A equal to symbol of ABC. I'm just taking an example. And let B equal to symbol of, just I'm taking the same one. We can declare like this. And wait, I will write it here. Symbol. Here, the variables are two different variables. I am taking the same value for both of that. And let me check console dot log of if A equal to B. We are checking whether these two are equal. In actual terms, if we do like this, we should get true. But in this case, we will get false because this is unique and immutable. Unique. If we try for, wait, I will show. Let x equal to 10, let y equal to 10. Then if we try to compare these two, then we will get true because these two variables have same value. So we will get true. In this case, we will get false. I will show the execution so that we will get a clarity. Save the file and just run. It will take 1 to 2 seconds. As you can see here, the last one is true. That means this is true. And the above one is false. That is, this is false. I hope you understand about data types like primitive data types in this video. In my next video, I will tell about non-primitive data types. If you have any doubts, please comment below. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.